Good morning to everybody. It's 6:48. It's almost 6:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, June 16, 2019. Happy Father's Day to all. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Oh, I still haven't had my coffee, so please have patience with me. Now, Litecoin should be going up, as if everything else is green. You'll notice Litecoin is in the red. Okay, everything else is green. So that indicates to me Litecoin's price is being held underwater deliberately. Look. Okay? Out of the major coin, Litecoin is being held underwater deliberately. And you'll say, why? Well, we're not going to figure that out looking at the graphs on Coinbase because they're totally inadequate for trading. Okay? You have to go to Binance, which is kicking off U.S. customers. It's quite a shame since their graphs are really good. Now, we know Litecoin is above 9,000. All right? And it actually hit over 9,300. And then people did a dump because obviously they're taking profit. Now, we all know that Litecoin and Bitcoin follow each other. Why isn't Litecoin following Bitcoin steps right now? You'll notice. Okay? Why aren't we up like Bitcoin? Okay, I can explain that to you. I think it's a matter of time. These coins follow each other, but they're not in sync. And I can explain that to you. Okay, you'll see 1 step, 2 step, 3rd step down. Okay, that's what we got right now. Let's go to BTC. 1 step, 2 step, 3rd step down. You see how it's following? The same, it's following the same graph. Why it hasn't gone up higher to a new record number would have to tell. Litecoin already did that. It went up to 145. Okay, but while everything is green, Litecoin is not. I think they're trading between, they're flipping back between Litecoin and Bitcoin now. So let's take a look. On another graph, I found something interesting. Since they're out of sync. Okay. Now, before Litecoin went parabolic, look at this. 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 waves. Right? You see them? These 3 curves. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And now, before it took off, went parabolic, it was on the 3rd wave, higher, higher than the first leg. The 2nd leg was higher than the first leg. Now let's go to LTC. What do we see here? 1, 2, 3. Right? Now the 3rd leg, the 2nd leg of this 3rd wave is higher than the first. So we are duplicating it, but it seems that we're hours behind. Now let's look at the RSI. Here we have that little hump, right? You're noticing a pattern here. Sailing at the 50. Here we are at that little hump. Now what I noticed is Litecoin does follow Bitcoin, right? But in this case, when it follows it at a bigger extreme. In other words, it's taking these guys less money to manipulate Litecoin than it's taken to manipulate Bitcoin. Obviously, because there's the price difference. Now, if we're following this trend, and what I could see here, since they follow each other, and we got 1 wave, 2 wave, 3rd wave, parabolic. one wave, two wave, third wave. Okay? Now we're on the third wave. So we should be right around here someplace. And look where we're at. Now look, now I want you to notice this. Look where we're at, touching the 20. So I think we're right about here. That's where I think we're at comparatively to Litecoin. If we're following the same graph. 1, 2, we had 3 successive waves. 1, 2, third successive wave. Now we're going a little weird. So I would say we're right about in here right now. It's hard to tell. If we go by the third wave, that's what we're up to. 1, 2, third wave. Now the third wave has corrected. 1, 2, third wave has corrected. I think we're going to start going up. So be prepared, people. That's just my opinion. We're at the 50 RSI, if you'll notice. It's a difficult one to call because Litecoin is acting not in parallel with Bitcoin. It looks like it's out of phase. We started going up to 6 to 7, and we finished on the 12th, which is here. Litecoin's going to go parabolic, I can tell you right now. The amount of money they put in, they were able, I don't know if this was intentional, but the price was brought up in 3 successive waves, okay? Here's those same waves on Litecoin. 1, 2, 3. Then it went parabolic. Now we go over here, we got 1, 2, 3. It goes sideways before it goes parabolic. It goes down, it corrects before they go parabolic. Here goes that correction. And we're still just touching the 20. We're just touching the 20, you see? So after this correction, we're up about here. It's hard to tell, but following this graph, this RSI, I think we're going up today in Litecoin. In my opinion, now I want you to figure out why. I'm going to tell you why. Look what happened before it went up. It's just staying on the 50. It hit the 50, it bounced up, it went to a record high. We went just below the 50. In other words, we're seeing Litecoin repeat what Bitcoin's doing, but to less extreme. We're seeing less movement and more parabolic. In other words, since the price of Litecoin is cheaper than Bitcoin, the money that they invested in here is having a more drastic effects. So you're not going to see it go down, take a steep dive as Litecoin. But when they start throwing the money in, you're going to see a really heavy increase. So again, I'm saying it's going by waves. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we finished that our 3 waves, just like Litecoin, Bitcoin did. Except since Litecoin's cheaper, that manipulation of that cash actually brought it up. 1, 2, 3. In other words, it's easier to manipulate Litecoin because it's a lower price. And they're doing it on the same program. 1, 2, 3. Big dive down. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Big dive down. 1, 2, 3. Now you can see it easier over here that these match. We got our 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is matching. Litecoin's being suppressed. It's following the same pattern. And I could tell right now this is where Litecoin would be, right here. Okay, or we're around this area between this and this. Litecoin's going to go parabolic. We haven't seen a parabolic move on Litecoin. This is not a parabolic. This is the steps. We're going to see this curve. You see this? This curve up like this. This rounded up curve. We have yet to see this in Litecoin. We've seen the effects of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now we're on this fourth funky looking wave. Where is that? That's right about here. We're going to nail this, I'm telling you. Litecoin, in my opinion, it's going to go parabolic. If they got all of this, other words, if they got all this money to put in Litecoin and Bitcoin, they got money to put in Litecoin. You can actually see it. We're at this phase right here if you go by the RSI. You see? We're at this phase right here. We're matching here. Why aren't we oversold in Litecoin? So here we go. Below 70, above 70, below 70. See, 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Parabolic. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're due. 1, 2, 3. Parabolic. 50, 50. Hit 50, parabolic. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And now we go back to the alpha wave. We were talking alpha beta wave. We went down. This was manipulation. This is the correction of the manipulation. Yeah, well, it's gonna be a funny way up to. In other words, for us to break out, this wave has to go up to 143 plus. This was the sellout after we had the record high for the year. Now you can see it's correcting after the sellout, which is a natural reaction to a record high. All right, just like it happened over here, or over here, or over here. Okay, people sell out after they pump it as high as they can possibly bump it. They dump it. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Yeah, we do. Litecoins do. Okay, we've seen the dump. Slight recovery, and then it's going to go parabolic. Now, what else I've been doing since I've been realizing, waiting around, dealing with trading. I trade one coin, right? Now, what you could be doing is when it hits a record high over here on the 12th, you see on the 12th, should have sold out. Then came over here. Look where, and then threw all your money into Bitcoin. You see? So what you should be doing is trading between Bitcoin and Litecoin. When Litecoin hits its high, take a look at Bitcoin, see what price. If it looks like it hit the bottom price, if the RSI is low, come in and keep switching back and forth. I think I'm going to start learning how to do that too as well. To hedge between Bitcoin and Litecoin. They seem to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. If you notice, look. They're out of, in other words, they're following the same path, but they're out of phase. Now I think today is when Litecoin is going to go parabolic for 2 days. 2 or 3 days. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Now, Litecoin is going through the same phase, but I think they're sitting on it. And they're using it to trade between these two coins. Now that they sold out, you see over here, you should be selling out as well. Sell out. So look, it's going to go down. Sell out. It'll probably won't go like to 87. Sell out. They're going to jump back into Litecoin, and Litecoin's going to go parabolic. I'm thinking it's going to go to. I've seen this before where they go in and out from Bitcoin to a favorite alt, which is Litecoin now. So what they're doing is going back. This is why this is at. Is for they're going back and forth between Litecoin and Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, parabolic. 1, 2, 3, Correction. 1, 2, 3. This is our correction. Again, Litecoin always moves to more extremes than Bitcoin because it costs less. So if they take 10 million and throw it in Bitcoin and then they turn around and throw 10 million into Litecoin, I know what these guys are doing. Now I know why they printed up $150 million of Tether. They're going to keep switching back and forth between Litecoin and Bitcoin. That's my theory, people. Litecoin's getting ready to break out and go parabolic. You'll see we don't have this in Litecoin. We do not have this arched parabolic spike. We don't have it here, you see? It's going to go. I'm pretty confident. Right now, they're holding Litecoin underwater like a beach ball. Then they're going to let it go. Alright, that's my opinion, people. Don't sell the house on it.